Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those who are here for the first time, welcome. My name is Dr. Rosna, and I've made a series of videos about the AMC, MCQ, and the AMC clinical examination. So a lot of you guys were asking me about the technological aspects, like what all I needed for the online examination. So I thought I'll just make a small video about what I did for my online exams in terms of the technological requirements and a few other things that you guys might need to know before giving your online clinical examination. So, welcome and let's get started. Okay, so first of all, whatever that we're going to talk now, the following technological requirements that they've mentioned in the user guide, they have to be strictly complied with. So it's not that should I comply? Is it okay if I don't comply? It's not like that. It should be complied, and they're very strict about it because they need the examination to be carried out in a very easy and not so complicated way. So whatever technological requirements that they want you to do, you need to comply with them. So this is in order to be eligible to take the online clinical examination and for the examination to work properly. Now, if you do not comply to these requirements, you will not be permitted to sit for the examination. So this is actually a cut piece from their user guide manual, and these are things that they're very strict about. Now, please note that the AMC ICT assistance is only available to provide a very minimal support. Any prolonged assistance for more than 10 minutes will not be supported, as this impacts the timing of the examination for all the other participants. If a technological issue is not able to be resolved within the time, you may be withdrawn from the examination and required to reschedule and pay the full examination fee. So, see, because it's not an in-person examination, you're not going to their center, you're sitting at the comfort of your home. There are some technological aspects that they really want you to comply with. And even if you need any assistance, guys, they will support you, but you cannot exceed beyond a time limit because it's not you alone who's giving the examination on that day. They are taking you, all of those guys who are giving the examination on that day, into a pool. So they cannot support one person beyond 10 minutes. So that's why they're very strict about complying to these technological requirements. So I'll just point out a few requirements that you really need to know about in this video. So I've just made a note of a few things that they have mentioned in the user guide. So first of all, you can use your desktop computer or you can use your laptop, but whatever it be, the screen size has to be a minimum of 14 inches. So it has to be 14 inches or more. Please do not use a screen less than that. And one of the reasons which I felt why they're asking us to do that is because when you're doing the case, you have a part of your computer that occupies your question and the other part occupies your role player, your patient, right? So if your computer is, really smaller than 14 inches, it'll be really difficult to see all of them in that small screen. So that's why they require, I think that's one of the reasons why they are asking you to have a screen size of minimum 14 inches. So guys, just make sure that your computers or your laptops have the screen size of more than 14 inches. Now, webcams must be used. So this is actually what's written in their guide, that webcams must be used. But I think there have been people who are using the cameras of the laptop itself. I'm not sure about that, but in the user guide, they've mentioned that webcam must be used and positioned at roughly your eye level. Now, all the devices have to be connected to power for the duration of examination. So one thing that I did, I was using my computers, and we obviously we have to connect it to the power. But although in our area outages are quite rare, sometimes unexpected outage of the current and internet can happen. So it's always good to have a backup. So just like you have a backup for your internet, you need to have a backup for your computer and the current supply. So I would, if it would be good if you can, also keep a UPS with you if you do not, I mean, if you are someone who is not using a UPS system. The next thing is mobiles and tablet devices cannot be used for the examination. And there are some softwares that you need to, not softwares, but there are some apps that you need to install to go with this online exam process. So in order for that, you need to ensure that you have the administrator privileges on the device, because you need to install a few things and you need to be the administrator to give permission for all of those installation. The device must be running the Windows 11 operating system. It can be 11 and plus. Now, this can be a PC or an Apple computer set up to dual boot into Windows 10 and 11. So I think a lot of people were telling that it's always better to use a Windows rather than the Mac and the Apple softwares. I'm not sure about that. I use the Windows system, and OS X is also not supported. So headphones are one of the things that are important for your exam. So they've mentioned that the use of headphones is compulsory, and this must be a plug-in headphone with a microphone. So something like this that I'm using, it needs to be wired, because obviously you cannot use a Bluetooth headphones because your examination is going to be as long as 6 or 7 hours. So you need a headphone that has to be plugged in. They are not going to allow you for a wireless headphones, and they need to have a microphone as well, because you need to be really audible when you're speaking to the role players and your invigilators. The second thing is wireless or Bluetooth headphones are not permitted, as I mentioned, due to the risk of battery failure and the poor quality audio connection. Another requirement that they have really, mentioned is that you must have a second pair of headphones ready in case there are technological issue with your first pair. For my examination, they asked me to show my second pair of headset as well. So that's again one thing that you need to be, you need to make sure that you have. Now, failure to wear headphones will result in you being unable to continue with your examination. So guys, these are the rules that they have mentioned in the user guide. So for all of those who cannot read through the entire manual, I thought I'll just cut and paste few important points that I found there. So this is again one of the strict requirement of AMC to go on with your online clinical examination. So a few of you guys were also asking me what were the headset that I used and the webcams that I used. So there are a lot of good webcams and headphones that are available on the market for, depending upon your budget. There are different kinds. So I'm not so aware about the different types of headphones and webcams that are available on market. But what I used for my webcam was this Lenovo, this particular webcam, and the headphones that I'm currently using, as well as I use the same thing for my examination also, and that was the Logitech wired gaming headset. So my brother basically does all the technological aspects. I am not good at it, but for all of those who asked me about what headsets I used and what webcams I used for my exam, these were the things that I used, and these were pretty good and they had good quality. And as you guys can hear me well, even when I'm speaking now. So the headset was pretty good, and so is the webcam. So I would say it's good if you can buy and keep one at home, because even for future use, they're always good. Because and see, I'm now making the videos with the same webcam and the same headset that I used for my exam. So these are some good assets that you can have even after your examination. So there are different. I'm not recommending you to buy these things. It's totally dependent upon you. But these were the things that I used for all of you guys who were asking me, and these were pretty good for me also. Next would be about the internet connection. So a reliable and high-speed internet connection is required for your examination. So make sure you have a good internet connection. Attending the examination will use a lot of data because it needs to upload your information, download whatever they are speaking. So please ensure that your internet connection has adequate data limits as well. So AMC does give you, I'll show you in the upcoming slide where you have to check your internet speed and give it to them. So their minimum requirement of speed is pretty low actually, but you need to ensure at least you have that particular amount. Always make sure you have a very high speed internet. So in my case, I have the internet directly connected to my computer. We did not take it from the Wi-Fi. So I think those kind of internet connections will be really helpful for your examination, because you'll not have any connectivity issue. Otherwise, with the stress of the examination, if you're not able to hear properly what they are talking to you, that can be quite stressful. So make sure you check your internet speed and meet the requirements of AMC so you do not face any issues at all. So this was the part that I told you about before, that AMC says that the minimum internet speed required for us to participate in the exam or give your online examination is that it needs a download speed of 3 Mbps and upload speed of 3.8. So this is the minimum requirement, and I'm pretty sure you guys will be having internet with far more speed than this. So my internet had a upload and download speed of around 500 to 600. So I think most of the internet that you might be using at your home will be having really high speed, and we need that for the examination to, have a smooth movement of your examination. Also, make sure you have an additional set of internet connection, like with the dongles or something, in case something happens to your exam. As you know, you might have already heard my previous video. I had an issue in my community, except the area where my house was. There was a internet outage, but luckily we did not have any outage issue in my area. But surrounding entire area had the outage of internet. So something like that can happen totally unexpectedly. So it's always good to have an extra pair as well. Now, this is actually a cut piece from your AMC portal. Once you've booked for your AMC clinical examination, there will be a timer, and the dates left for your examination. Everything would be shown in the portal, and underneath that you will have few steps that has to be done before you do your online clinical examination. And there is a part where you have to give your speed test to check your upload and download speed, and this is something you can do from that website that I previously mentioned, and you have to enter it over here to make sure you are eligible for the examination and you have an adequate and good speed internet. Now, with the room setup, you must be the only person in the examination room, and it must be free of distraction for the entire period of time. So obviously that would be the situation, but make sure you lock your room and not let anybody else come into your room. Let everybody in your house know that you're going to give your examination, especially if you're not at your home, but you are sitting elsewhere. Make sure your environment is all safe and nobody interferes your examination. Now, if you're unable to comply with these requirements, you will not be permitted to sit in the online clinical examination. So this is actually the words that they keep repeating in the user guide. So guys, just make sure you comply with all their instructions. It's just little instruction they ask you to do, and it's always better you comply with all of them. Now, your mobile phones, you need to have your mobile phones and they have to be kept on. But it has to be in the silent mode. Keep the vibrations off, because in case any technological issue happens, AMC would contact your phone to have a communication with you to know more about what's happening. So in my examination, they asked me to keep my mobile phones behind me on the back, behind me on the bed. It was visible to them, as well as make sure it's not in the vibration mode also. If at all you get some call because you've kept it on, vibrations can be an unnecessary interruption during your examination. So make sure you've also put it into the silent mode. Now, a quick update about the software that you need to use for your exam. So we need to install a software, an app, or a software that you call as a safe web browser. And it's through the safe browser that you'll be giving the examination, because that kind of secures your computer and does not allow you to do anything else in your computer. So it's a very secure way of giving your examination. But there are some prerequisites. You need to install the software required to attend the online clinical examination, that is the safe web browser. Before that, you need to have an AMC candidate account, which I'm pretty sure that you guys would be having when you're giving your clinical examination. And you need to be scheduled into an online clinical examination. And as I mentioned previously, administrative rights should be there for you in your computer in order to install and make these app working in your computer. Now, to participate in the online clinical examination, you need to have two pieces of apps. One app and other software that you need to have for your exam, and that has to be installed in your computer where you have the administrative rights. So one is the Zoom app that you guys obviously will be using for multiple things. The second thing is the safe exam browser that I was talking about, that kind of protects your computer so that you do not go elsewhere and search anything else in the computer. So this is kind of like a protective system for your computer to make sure you are truthful to your examination. So these are the two things that you need to install in your computer prior to your exam. Perform these installations at least 1 week prior to your scheduled examination. So whatever I've written and whatever I'm talking to you in this slides, they are exactly the words that is written in the user guide. So they ask you to do all these installation at least 1 week prior to your scheduled examination. Now, you can contact the clinical team at clinical@amc.org.au if you have any technical difficulties, and they will be able to support you. And I'm pretty sure these guys are really helpful, and a few of my friends who had some issues during their clinical examination, during the installation and setup process, when they contacted this these people contacted these email, they were pretty fast in giving you the response as well. So if you have any issues, you can obviously contact them and they will be helping you out. Now, check these are working properly on the day of your examination, at least 1 hour prior to your commencement of exam. So you can check whether your Safe browser is all working and your Zoom has started to work before your examination as well. But you will be entering into your portal only 5 minutes. I mean, you are required to enter into your portal and press the link to start your examination, the Zoom link that will be given on your portal about 5 minutes before your exam only. So this is basically an example slide that they've given in their user guide. So this is also something given in their user guide. So you have a joint meeting here, and this becomes active only if the Safe browser is installed. If you go to this website, go to this page through your Chrome and press the link, I don't think it's going to work. I've not tried myself because it's outside their rules, so I've not tried myself, but they want you to install the Safe browser and press the joint meeting only from within the Safe browser to enter the examination. You will have an exam start time, so your date of examination and the countdown will be there on the screen. At times you can open your portal and see this to get that adrenaline rush so that you study better for your exam. And these are the other things that they want you to do before your examination. All of these will be there in your portal, and all of you guys who have already booked your exam, you might have seen this as well. So see, your user guide is over here, and whatever information I've taken through is from the user guide. Then you need to ensure that all your devices, all these gadgets that I told you about, they're all in the working in proper conditions. You need to check for your speed test and enter the download and upload speed, and you need to submit it to, so you need to do that before you start your examination. So all of the links that you need to download these apps and the Safe browser stuff, it's all given in their portal itself. The Zoom download link is there. The Safe exam browser is there. If you want, you can download it from other sources as well. But if you want, you can, I think it's always good to download from their, links. Now, you need to set up a private room with appropriate environment for your exam, and all the exam conditions are also given here. And there is also a very good briefing video. They do give you an idea about how the examination and other things will be conducted. So make sure that you go through all of these at least a week prior to exam. So, a week before your exam, you're going to be too much stressed about all of the things that are going to happen for your exam. So don't keep it to the last moment. Maybe go through all the user guide and all those things before, and make sure you have all of these electronic gadgets that I told you, and make sure you give your examination in a tension-free and hustle-free environment. And yeah, so that's all about the major technical requirements that you need for your exam. Yeah, and there's just one more line. You need to install the Safe exam browser to continue and accept the exam conditions. So that's one thing. Once you download your Safe exam browser, you have to log into your AMC candidate portal, and you will be able to see the same page in the Safe exam browser. And there you need to also accept the examination conditions. You'll get a list of exam conditions, and you need to press accept before you, obviously you have to do that before you give your exam. So I think I did it a week prior to my exam. So make sure you launch your exam browser, log into candidate portal, and complete all the candidate confirmation information that they ask you once you log into your Safe exam browser. So that's all the basic things that you need to know for your in the technological aspect for your online clinical examination. Okay, so that was a few things that I wanted to tell you about few technological requirements that AMC are strict with. And so that's all for today. And if you guys have any more video requests, please do let me know in the comment section. And have a good day. Bye-bye.